Thank you, everyone.
Love you!
Back when I first started speaking out against the mandates, is that better? Back when I first started speaking out against the mandates, I often spoke about my line in the sand. And I knew every time they pushed a little bit further, more and more people would recognize that their line had been crossed, and more people would stand up and fight for freedom. It started with the federal mandates, provincial mandates, then private business mandates, and I kept waiting and waiting and waiting for when that line would be too far and Canada would rally. And I was starting to doubt whether that would happen. And I had many thoughts, many doubts about would I, could I, should I get my family to a place like Florida where we could be free. But then they pushed the truckers. And that was when that line was crossed too far. And all the backup that I had been waiting for showed up in the form of thousands of courageous Canadian and women driving their big rigs. I want to share a story with you about something that I did just yesterday morning, which was more nerve-wracking for me than all of the public speaking that I have done so far, even including this speech, looking out at the thousands of you. Normally, anytime I've been speaking, I'm often surrounded by people who are supportive. So it's easy to be brave. It's easy to be courageous when you're surrounded by support. So yesterday morning, I was out very early, walking the streets of Ottawa, checking things out, being eyes and ears. And I happened to walk by a very popular restaurant that is known for a breakfast spot for the police here in Ottawa. I used to go eat there myself with my teammates. And as I walked by the window, I saw a table, two tables actually. I would estimate probably about 20 police officers. And at first I was going to walk by and just keep on doing what I was doing, and something stopped me in my tracks. And I thought to myself, no, this has to be done. So I looked up at the sky, I took a deep breath, and I just said, just say yes. People keep telling me, just say yes to the opportunity. So I just said yes. I had a little plan in my head. I walked in the front door. The restaurateur stopped me, said, sir, you have to have a mask. That's my new favorite sound, by the way. So I just said to him, I said, look, I just have something quick I want to say, and then I'll leave. And I walked up to the table, and you could tell they were kind of looking at me. Most of them probably have no idea who I am. And I just said, look, I apologize for interrupting your breakfast. But if you know that there's something wrong with the mandates, and one of them said to me, we're not truckers. And I said, I know you're not truckers. I used to eat here too, because my apologies, they were all in plain clothes. I said, I used to eat breakfast here too. And if you think that there's something wrong with the mandates, we need you right now. And the restaurateur came up to me and he, they're just trying to enjoy their breakfast. And I said, yep, that's all I had to say. And I walked out and I carried on with my day. And to me, that was one little victory for me, because I was so nervous to go in and confront those men by myself when there was 20 of them. But I knew that if I didn't, I would feel like a coward for the rest of the day and for the rest of the time that we're here. So I want to talk to you about fear. And what I've seen, what I've observed over the last 2 years, and in particular, this last 2.5 weeks, the patterns that I've observed from our government, our public health officials, our media, and unfortunately recently from high-ranking police officials. But I know their playbook. I've had a little bit of experience with that. The psychological toll that they can take on people. They increase your anxiety deliberately with their hateful language, targeting funds, the circulation of unverified messaging about ramping up huge mobilizations of police and military against us. And then all they do is they just perform one little low-level police action. And it's enough to disrupt all of our support operations for a period of time because everyone panics and they think this is it. They're coming to take us all away. That won't happen. Look at this. That's impossible. But just when we start to calm down, they do it again. And they repeat, and they repeat, and they repeat. To constantly keep us in that state of uncertainty and anxiety. And that sounds a lot similar to every variant and variant and variant, doesn't it? Do you see the pattern? I'm familiar with how that works. So the most important thing that I think I've contributed to my efforts here helping with the convoy is keeping people calm. I'm constantly trying to keep people calm. So right now I have the opportunity to address you en masse. Stay calm. We got this. We're winning. And every single day, our support grows. Globally, not just in Canada, globally. There's over 30 countries right now that have their own freedom convoys on the march. I kept waiting for America to stand up and take freedom back for the developed world. I kept waiting. I thought they would do it because they had those stronghold states. Turns out it was us. And I'll tell you firsthand, every single day that this goes on, I feel more and more messages of support from our law enforcement and military. People reaching out saying, we're with you. We've had enough. What can we do to help? Because they see what we see. They know what we know. And they recognize we are not their enemy. We are not the ones pushing them to perform unlawful, unconstitutional enforcement action. So just some simple advice from me as to how to help control that anxiety when things start to ramp up in the media and in social media. Breathe. Yes, come down here. Take some deep breaths. Deliberately slow yourself down. When you're panicked, you start to do everything rapidly and you start to run around all scrambled. Slow down. Take in your surroundings. Try and verify whatever information you can. Focus on the actual consequence as opposed to the perceived what-if scenarios. If you want my best advice on how to stay calm and how to be resilient against fear and panic, make yourself strong. Make yourself strong in your mind, in your body, and in your heart, your character, and your integrity. And you don't have to live in fear. They can mock us. They can block us. They can join us. They can never stop us. Hold the line. Thank you.